Hello, world. This is America's Supermom, and this is a special edition that I call the Corona Chronicles. During this time, we are suffering from a pandemic that is affecting everyone across the world. We are joined with the rules and regulations of being shelter in place, which means we are limited with the ability to go about our daily business, confined to our homes based on a coronavirus that has been sweeping the entire world. For some people, the effects could be mild. For others, it can be fatal. So we are coming together as a community, as a family during this time of difficulty to share what it is like in our part of the world, how we are affected, and the things that we have in common, what kind of problems that are taking place in our industries and in our relationships and finances, and coming together so that we can plan for a better tomorrow. As this epidemic or pandemic crosses the world, we are waiting for relief. We're waiting for the virus to die off and for us to go back to some state of normalcy, whatever that may be, after things kind of settle down. So, what is that going to look like once the dust settles? How are things going to be different? So as we go through this process, we're coming together as a world to create ideas, strategies, connect in ways that we have never connected before. So that is the purpose of the special podcast that I call the Corona Chronicles, so that we can get some insight and have empathy and compassion on one another, create new, innovative ideas that can not only improve our life, but our fellow brothers and sisters across the world. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I am so excited about my next guest, Maria Jansson and I. We met organically over Facebook, and I'm excited to have her here today to share her words of wisdom with us. And I'm going to let her start by introducing who she is and a little bit about her. You ready, Maria?
Yes, I'm ready. So, my name is Maria, as Lachelle already said, and I'm a rapid transformation coach. And I'm helping ambitious and purpose-driven women to reclaim themselves and unlock their power to confidently embrace and love who they are so they can live a life of success, love, and true freedom from the inside out without years of therapy. And I'm super grateful, Lachelle, that you have me on here today for this opportunity. And yeah, I would, when we talked, Lachelle and I, we talked about the times we are living in right now, and it brings up a lot of fears for so many. And and then we came to the conclusion that I would share something about this. So what I'm going to do with you today is we will go down two routes. I will talk about the fears that are coming up for many and how we can collaborate with our mind so we get ourselves unstuck out of looping anxious thoughts. That's what always, or not always, but often happens. We stay in a cycle of anxious looping thoughts. So I will give you some tips how to collaborate with your mind. And then in a second step, I will go a bit deeper with you and we can explore a way to work on the subconscious level. That's part of my work as a rapid transformation coach, accessing the subconscious mind and getting to the root of whatever is holding us back in our lives. And in this case, the root of our fears, for example, or a specific fear. And
I love that.
yeah, and
Hmm.
I'm really excited about this because, yeah, it's a great way to dig a little deeper or to start digging a little deeper, because in these times, it's a time of collective fear. It's a collective experience, but it triggers each of us personally. And in some of us, and I've heard this also from my clients, past trauma is triggered right now, situations where we actually experienced something really fearful, and we were a child and we were out of control, we were powerless. So that's why this might be
Mm,
helpful for for some to go a little deeper with this. So if you stay
I
until the
love it.
end, you can get an experience of this.
So awesome. So I'm excited. Like you guys, the things that she's saying is so pertinent to right now, and I'm excited to be able to just shed a little light on the situation and allow us the opportunity to begin to transform our mindset. You know, many of these things that we are battling is the fear, the uncertainty, the
Yeah.
anxiety, the stress. A lot of these things start in our head.
Mm.
So I'm excited to have Maria today because I'm going to sit back and kind of like be somewhat of a guinea pig. But this is going to be her show where she is going to just lead us on this journey. And I just encourage everybody to experience this with an open mind. You know, just take this time to close the door, go somewhere quiet, just listen. No, don't be so caught into the outcomes, but just be open to trying something new so that you can begin to experience things from a different perspective. So, Maria, take it away.
Yeah, thank you. That was a really great introduction. Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so what is fear, and why do we want to put it to rest? That's what I want to start with. Usually,
Mm-hmm.
fear is all about the future, the what ifs. And somehow we might think if we worry, the things we fear don't come to pass. And it's a way of trying to control the future. Fears are
Mm-hmm.
almost always a fear of not being in control. It's my experience and from everything I witness with my clients. And it can be so difficult to handle because it might bring up situations from the past where we actually were out of control, where things happened to us and we couldn't do anything about it, where we were powerless, as I already mentioned before. So, but we also know staying stuck in these fearful thoughts is counterproductive because it only serves us to keep us feeling more anxious, which is a detriment to
Mm-hmm.
good decision making and also to our health. And ultimately, I just have to say it, there is no control of what is happening out there, what is happening around us. But we can control our own thoughts, our own mind. And that is one way to turn around. And that's
Mm-hmm.
where I want to start talking about how we can collaborate with our mind. So our mind responds to two things: the pictures we create in our heads and the words we say to ourselves. These words we use actually form the structure of our reality. So, one way to constructively deal with fearful, anxious thoughts is to be thoughtful about what we think and say
Mm-hmm.
to ourselves. We can turn our thoughts around. And our mind is really so powerful. It always does what we tell it to do. So if we tell our mind, I'm worried, I'm anxious, I don't know how to survive this, or something like this is a catastrophe, our mind thinks, oh, that's happening, a catastrophe. Okay, let's do it. Our mind gives us more of what we think or say. And if you say, I'm so clumsy, for example, our mind thinks, oh, I keep you clumsy then. It's like an instruction our mind instantly responds to because it responds to our words and takes them literally. For our mind, all these statements are real. It cannot discern what is now or what is in the future. And I want to do a little experiment with you just for 1 minute. Maybe you know it already, but just try it with me. So close your eyes and close your eyes and think about a lemon right now, a really nice, juicy lemon, yellow lemon. Look at the juicy flesh. It's cut open. Think about how you want to bite into this lemon and then drink the juice. You know, it's so healthy. And imagine how yellow, how fresh, how juicy it is. So that's it. I can already feel more saliva being built in my mouth as I speak about this lemon. I don't know how it was for you, Lachelle. But my mind doesn't know that there is actually not a lemon, that I'm just sitting here at my desk. It's not there, but it believes everything it is here right now in this moment. It believes it's here because I think about it and I speak about it. And it's not only our mind, it's also our body. So it's interesting to notice how our mind influences also our body response. So what can we do with this? How can we use this? We can turn it around. So instead of saying, I don't know how to handle this, or I can't handle this anymore, we can say things like, I have amazing coping skills. I feel calm and collected, even in times of stress. Or I'm confident, or I will find a solution. Everything always works out for me. And for all the mothers out there who have their kids at home now all the time, I'm a good mother. I'm doing the best I can. And even though you might say, oh, well, that's not true. I don't feel that. That feels like fake. But it doesn't matter because, as we have just seen, our mind believes it anyway. Our mind believes everything we tell it. It doesn't care if it's real or not. And instead of creating a catastrophic picture in our minds, like the worst case scenario, what we sometimes do when we are in fear, we can learn to create a positive one. What is the best outcome you can imagine, and then visualize that. And I also want to say, I want to invite you to also say positive things to yourself, like, I am a good mother. I already said that. I am enough. And when you try this right on, I am enough, what does it bring up for you? What does pop into your mind right now? Something like, oh, that's not true. Or I'm not. We always think there's more we need to do in order to be enough. Do more work, do better work, do more for our kids, or be better at this, earn more money. It's like climbing up a mountain, and we try to climb up. At some point, we expect when we are at the top, we finally will feel like that we are there, that we are enough. If we do this, then we will be. But we actually never reach the mountain top. We never come to the top. But I want to tell you, you are already enough, just the way you are. So that's one thing, how we can collaborate with our mind to watch our internal dialogue. What are we thinking every day on a daily basis? We are actually thinking 60,000 thoughts a day or more. And they are often the same like yesterday. So if we become a little bit more aware of what we are thinking, we can then notice the negative, fearful, limiting things we say to ourselves and replace them with positive ones. I've just given you some examples for. So it's one thing to have this daily practice of writing down positive affirmations, which is great, but it's another thing to really create those affirmations from, or these positive sentences from, what we have observed in our internal dialogue, to really use these limiting, fearful thoughts we think every day, and from there create something powerful, positive, empowering, because our mind responds to what we think and say. So that's one thing, how we can collaborate with our mind. And another step would be, but that's probably known by everybody already, we can challenge our thoughts also. We can use a journal and ask, is this true? Is it really worth obsessing over? The fearful thinking, what we anticipate negatively or fearfully. And then we can ask the question, can I change something about this now? And if so, what can I do? What can I do right now? And then create a little action plan from that. And often it's something we can't do anything about right now. So we can then ask ourselves, where does this thought come from? We can drop a little bit deeper and write about what is the underlying feeling or belief. And that, if we write it onto paper, then it also helps to get it out of our head. But dropping deeper and feeling into where does it come from? What's the underlying feeling or leads me actually already to our next step, where I give you a little taster of deeper subconscious work, where you can get to the root of a fear or whatever is holding you back in your life. So, Lachelle, are we ready to go there now?
Yeah, let me ask you a couple questions really quick before we dive into that. So, when we are going back to the internal thoughts that we're having, and we're replacing those limiting thoughts, is it best just to write those things down, or should we write and be verbal with those things? So, like,
That's a really great question. I actually forgot to mention it. So I'm happy that you asked this. Yeah, so what you can do is you can write down all the limiting, fearful thoughts you notice. And then from each of one you have noticed and maybe even written down, you can create then a positive one and write it down also, and then destroy the negative ones, but keep the positive ones and have them next to your bed, or put them onto the mirror in your bathroom, so you read them out loud frequently per day. The more the better, of course. So yeah, writing them down and repeating them over and over, that's really helpful, and that will get you further with this. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Now, so, and then the part about challenging our thoughts. So for a lot of people, that's really this journey of self-discovery, self-reflection. What are some ways that people can start that? So you mentioned journaling, but, for somebody who, that's a big step. I mean, and it seems I journal, because I've created a habit around it. But for somebody who is just starting with this self-reflection, what is something that might be even smaller that they can just start doing with that reflection?
Yeah, so you can, well, something else not even related to fears is, that's how I actually started it, is every day, every morning or every evening, I notice 3 things I'm grateful for, and I write them down.
Okay.
Every day. So that gives you a little reflection, about your life, about your day. And it also can combat these negative thoughts, these fearful thoughts, just writing down 3 things. And even in the worst situations where we feel really sad or down, there's always something we can be grateful for. And if it's the flower we see out there, or the tree, or the bird we hear singing, or whatever it might be, just a little thing, and write it down, so that you start this practice of writing every day a little bit. And then you can also go further with this, just writing down a little bit at the end of a day, just reflect a little bit about how your day was. Maybe write down 3 things that you did great today, that went well, that you did well. That's how I would start, just to get into a practice with this. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. All right, we're ready to dive deeper.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so I have to say this for this will be a light hypnosis. I will guide you into a light hypnosis, and we'll give everybody a taster. And if there's someone on right now who is experiencing epilepsy or a psychotic illness, I would not recommend doing this. Don't go into a hypnosis. Just listen to it, but don't go into it, because I can. That's your own responsibility if you do it anyway, because I can't take the liability on for whatever happens to you on the other side then. Okay? Okay. So
all right.
I want everybody to get comfortable now. And if you can be, hopefully you're in a room by yourself, so you don't get disturbed. And sit down or even lay down if you can, comfortable. It's like a guided meditation, basically. And so the trick with getting into this really deep, relaxed state where we can access the subconscious mind is to roll up our eyes. And I want to try this on now with you before we actually start. So imagine you are looking up, you are rolling your eyeballs up as if you are looking into your own eyebrows. And then keep them there and look at an imagined or real spot overhead. And it might even feel a little uncomfortable. If you're doing that, that's correct. Yeah. So, and then the trick is, when I say to close your eyelids down, then you leave your eyeballs rolled up and close your eyelids down. And then you notice maybe a fluttering feeling when you maybe do that right now. So keep your eyeballs rolled up and now close your eyelids down whilst keeping your eyeballs up. Do you notice a fluttering feeling, Lachelle? Yeah, okay, then you're doing it right. So that's it. Now we are doing it for real. Okay, so again, please be all comfortable. And so to relax, take a big, deep breath in and out. And now, with your hands and feet not quite touching, I want you to look up as high as you can, as if you were looking into your own eyebrows. And I want you to fix your eyes at a real or imagined spot overhead. And just for a few seconds, keep your eyes glued to that spot. Breathe in and breathe out, keeping your eyeballs right up. Your eyelids are becoming heavy, droopy, and drowsy already. And again, breathe in and out. And each time you blink, that is hypnosis coming upon you. And just one more time. Take a big, deep breath in. Keep your eyeballs right up. And as you exhale, just close your eyelids down whilst keeping your eyeballs up. And that fluttering sensation is the first sign that you are responding wonderfully and perfectly. And the muscles in and around your eyes are becoming heavy, droopy, drowsy. Your eyes are sealed shut, closed tight, locked together. And now you can just forget all about your eyes and relax them and allow a floating, drifting feeling to develop in your body. Take another big, deep breath in and out, and notice how a wave of relaxation comes over you. And now I invite you to imagine that you're looking down 10 steps descending in front of you. And you can drop your chin just a little so that you get that looking down feeling that you might get as you look down a balcony or look down this flight of stairs. So you're looking down these 10 steps now, and as I count backwards, you move on to each step, and you will see, feel, and hear your feet taking each step. Now you're moving on to step 10 at the top, as each muscle, every nerve turns loose, lets loose, and you go deeper. You are taking step 9, and you can see your feet making contact with every step. You're taking step 8 as you move down, drift down, travel down to an even deeper level. You're taking step 7, and you are going deeper into an awareness of yourself. You are taking step 6, and you are drifting down and further down. You're taking step 5, and now you're halfway there, going deeper and deeper. You're taking step 4 as each muscle, every nerve turns loose, lets loose, and you are going deeper. You're taking step 3, and every sound around you is carrying you deeper into your own internal state. You are taking step 2 as you gently, calmly, and easily move on over to an even deeper level. You are taking step 1, just sleep deeply. And when I say sleep deeply, this is a sleep of the nervous system. You are not actually going to sleep. And as I click my finger, you are going deeper, drifting deeper, sinking deeper. And deeper just means going deeper into an awareness of yourself. Go deeper, drift deeper, sink deeper. You are going deeper into your subconscious mind to a level of feeling and empowerment. And your subconscious mind is drifting further, and your conscious mind is drifting further and further away. So now I invite you to go on a little journey. I want you to go back in your inner mind, and you can see with your eyes closed perfectly. I want you to go back in your inner mind to being much, much younger. Going back to the home you lived in between the ages of 2 and 10. And your brilliant subconscious mind will choose just the right home for you and just the right age, in case you lived in several homes during that time. And I'm going to count backwards now from 5 to 1. And on the count of 5, right now, you can feel yourself being pulled back, drawn back, much younger. On the count of 4 and 3, you are drawn back, pulled back in time as years, months, days, and weeks are peeling away. And on the count of 2, you are coming closer to your childhood home you lived in between the ages of 2 and 10. And now, on the count of 1, you're standing right outside the front of the home you lived in during that time. And you feel very safe, and you know that we are just reviewing the past, not reliving it. Just a visitor here. And with your inner mind, you visualize and see clearly that you are standing in front of the home where you lived in. And now you see yourself standing in front of that front door. And you are reaching out with your right hand. You can feel the doorknob in your hand as you turn the knob. The door opens and you can see into that house, that home. Now you are walking through and you find yourself standing in front of the door of the bedroom you slept in as that child. And once again, you reach out with your hand and you feel the doorknob in your hand and you open it. And as the door opens, you can see a little boy or girl sitting on the edge of his or her bed. Now, as you walk across the room, that little boy or girl looks up and sees you. And she or he knows that you are the adult version of them. And of course, you know that the child is you as a small child. And now you take a seat next to that child. You reach out your hand and you take their hand, their little hand, into yours. And you can feel the warmth of that little hand in your own. And you can see that little child looking up at you, gazing expectantly into your eyes. And as you look into each other's eyes, you have an immediate connection of love between the two of you. He or she is so excited to see you. She or he has been waiting for you. And now you put your arms around each other and you feel so safe and connected. And now you will have a little conversation with each other. You will ask your younger self, your younger you, a few questions. And he or she knows the answers to these questions easily and effortlessly. They are coming to mind. So the first questions you are asking now are you loved? Are you safe? Are you happy? And the answers come to mind immediately. And next, what is it that someone does or doesn't do that makes you feel maybe unhappy or afraid? Does someone show you every day that you are loved, that you are safe, that you are important? Who's there to protect you? Do you feel that you are enough? What is it that someone does or doesn't do that makes you feel less special or even helpless or powerless? And now I want you to notice what beliefs did this little girl or boy form about self from these experiences. And it's okay to feel emotional here or sad or to even cry. Just remember you are reviewing the past, not reliving it. It's already in the past. And now I want you to look at that little child that is you, right into his or her eyes. And I want you to look at her or him and see what this little child is feeling. What is going on in their mind? And be there for them. And let the emotions come up naturally. You are safe. That's perfect. You see, when you were a little child, you made beliefs about yourself because you didn't know better then. You saw the world through this little child's eyes. And all your feelings as that little girl or boy are real and absolutely valuable. And at the same time, you formed beliefs about yourself because that's what children do. If something goes wrong or is not right, they always think it's their fault. Someone doesn't love them, that must be their fault. And then little children form beliefs about themselves or the world, like, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not strong enough, I don't matter, I'm powerless, or the world is not safe. And as you look at this little child, you understand immediately that you formed these beliefs and came to these conclusions about yourself or about life when you were only this little girl or boy. You had been on the planet only for a few years. And right now, up this little child that was you. Wrap your arms around you tightly right now. Hold this little girl or boy. And as you're holding your little girl or boy, I want you to say some things to yourself and to this little girl out loud right now or silently in your mind. And you can just repeat after me. I am becoming a loving parent to you now. Nobody in this world can play this role as well as I can.
Nobody in this world can play this
I love
role
you exactly
as
the
good
way
as I
you
can.
are. I love you completely and
exactly the way you are.
unconditionally. You are
I
enough.
love you completely and unconditionally.
You are worthy and deserving
are
of
enough.
everything life has to offer.
You are worthy
You
and
are
deserving
safe
of
and
everything
secure
life
now.
has to offer.
You are powerful.
You are safe and secure now.
You matter.
You are powerful.
You belong here, and you are here for a reason.
You matter. You
I will
belong
always
here, and
take
you are
care
here
of
for a
you
reason.
and listen to you.
I will always take care of you.
And now I want you to feel in your body how amazing these words feel. And now I invite you to take your little girl or boy away from that childhood home and bring her or him to the home you are currently living in. A world of safety, a world of respect and love, a world of being empowered, A world where she belongs or he belongs is secure and safe now because you are there for him or her. And as you take her or him home into your world now, you are having a powerful and massive upgrade. You are upgrading your little child into your world right now. And I want you to imagine holding his or her hand, and that you are entering your home now with him or her. Show your little child around each room, room by room. Show them everything that is available to them now. This little child is excited. It's running from room to room and looking at everything that's available now. You can show him or her photos of your friends, of your family, and all the people that love you. Everything that's available now that wasn't available to him or her back then is now available. You show him or her all the freedom, safety, and happiness that you have now. You are not that child anymore. Look at everything that's available to you now. Say out silently or loud in your mind, I'm not a child anymore. I am an adult now.
I'm not a child anymore.
I make my own choices.
I'm an adult now.
I am powerful and safe.
I make my own choices.
I have the power to create the life I deserve. I have the power to take care of myself now.
I deserve.
I have people who love me.
To take care of myself now.
And I am protected and safe.
I have people who love me.
So you are aware now that a powerful transformation is taking place in you right now. You fully understand that you have the power now that you did not have when you were a little child. You have choices now that you did not have back then. You have the power to make everything available to you now, whether it is love, joy, happiness, safety, belonging, or success. It could also be people who love you, who believe in you, who care for you. It could just be knowing that you are enough, that you are powerful, and that you are worthy of a fulfilled and successful life. You deserve all the good things life has to offer, whatever it is. And when you go back now and see everything with adult eyes, you see that you are not that little girl anymore from back then, or that little boy. They are safe now with you in your world. You are protected, and life always works out for you. You are loved, you are worthy, and you believe in yourself now. Now I want you to look at this little girl or boy that you are holding. That little girl or boy that is you, the one you just had this beautiful conversation with. And I want you to look into her eyes and feel the love and connection you have with each other once more. And now tell this little child that they will stay in your world now, that he or she is going to merge with you. And now I want you to feel her or him merge into your body, merging into your heart. Imagine this is the safe place for this little girl or boy now in your heart. They can never go back anymore. They are with you now forever. Safe and upgraded and free. So the past is behind you now. You can't go back anymore. Even in your dreams you can't. And you will never be affected by your past the way you were before. The past is the past. The past is gone, erased and behind you forever. And now you are this beautiful, lovable, safe, successful woman or man who is worthy and deserving of a fulfilling and abundant life. You are completely free to be the person you deserve to be. And now that you've found your little girl or boy and upgraded and saved him or her into your world, you love being with him or her. And the negative beliefs you had about yourself and life are gone. They are out of your life. They are erased and gone forever. It's too late to have a happy childhood and to reparent yourself. And nobody can do this the way you just did. And in a moment, I will bring you back into full awareness, completely upgraded. On the count of 5, you are feeling confident, knowing a transformation has taken place. On the count of 4, you are feeling safe and empowered for change. On the count of 3 and 2, you are feeling calm and collected, filling your lungs with a big, deep breath, feeling wonderful, feeling amazing, feeling free. And on the count of 1, you just open your eyes and you are back to full awareness. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, how was that?
That was awesome. Yeah, that was really nice. I mean, I think, I don't know, I'm such like an analytical person or something, but
Yeah,
it just really
exactly.
helps with the connection of empowering yourself from,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it just is definitely a visual to connect everything you're thinking. Just like what you said, the mind and body connection.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Putting
It's you
into
going
action
to a deeper level
what
because
you're
all our
talking about,
beliefs
if
and
that makes
emotions
sense.
are stored in the subconscious mind. And this way we can access the subconscious mind. And of course, this was very general in my work. That's very individual then. And this was just one of the many tools I use to find out about the root cause of whatever challenge someone experiences, and then heal it and change the beliefs and empower this person to really live their life without being held back anymore. And it's so transforming and so life-changing. I'm amazed by it every time I do it.
Yeah. Well, and I think also, you know, to have the visual for people to see that, you know, this is one of the things I explain to my clients. When you go back and you look at the visual of the age of yourself at whatever juncture, whether it was positive or negative, whatever that situation is with your, maybe just when you're able to understand fear, you know, I think that's a good age group. And to recognize that, you know, your innocence, your you know, you're not even thinking about the things you're thinking about as an adult who has experienced life. so you have been carrying a lot of times
Absolutely,
some
absolutely. And that's
heavy
what
baggage that
clients
really was
reflect
not yours
afterwards
to
when they look
carry, if that
into
makes
the
sense.
eyes of their little
Mhm.
child and then see the innocence, the goodness. They recover, they reclaim themselves
Mhm.
as that person. They are innocent. There's an innate goodness in each and single one of us. It's just
Mhm.
buried by all the baggage we have carried on, and we sometimes don't notice that anymore, but it's there in everybody. We are all coming from love and are love, but it's often hidden in all these experiences we had or had in our lives, and it's a
Mhm.
rediscovery of that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So true. And I mean, just like when you say, the innocence and the
Yeah.
just the I don't know, just being a kid, you just see things through a different set of eyes. And when you're an adult, to recognize that innocence and to see the whole what do I want to say? It's an example of showing
Mm-hmm.
how someone can be a victim. So as a kid, you can be victimized. That's something that
No.
just happens. It just is. It doesn't
Exactly.
have anything to do
Exactly.
with who the child is. It's just that they were victims, and so you can
Mm-hmm.
begin to understand that and take you out of the picture, so to speak, if that makes sense, and move past it to where, it's just like if I get a flat tire. I mean, people get flat tires. It's not like it's earmarked for me and my car that I'm going to be the one that's always got gloom and doom. It's something that happens. And so being able to see that and recognize that you were powerless
Exactly.
and it's
Exactly.
okay,
That's why
but
I mentioned that
knowing
in
what you
my
know
little
now, you can
taster
change
session there.
that.
As
Yeah.
a child, we
Mhm.
always think it's all our fault. We are victimized, but we think it's
Mhm.
our fault. There must be something wrong with us. There must be something entirely wrong with us
Mhm.
that happens, that we are not loved or that we don't get the attention or whatever it
Mhm.
is. And then to see that we formed that belief because we didn't know better, because we were just a child, and children just think and see it that way. And we were actually a victim. But today we can change that. We know it was not our fault what happened
Mhm.
to us. And we can take back our power
Mhm.
as the person we are and live an empowered life. And
Mhm.
move on from this victim situation. Yeah.
Mhm. So true. And just even in dealing with fear, if you recognize that,
Yeah.
you can empower yourself, and then you begin to realize that fear happens for everybody. So then you're not even dealing with that. A lot of times we paralyze ourselves because we're like, man, I can't do that. And we begin
Mm-hmm.
to look at other people who do these things and think, man, they're different than us. They're better than us. But if you recognize that fear
Yeah,
is
exactly.
a
And sometimes
universal thing
people try to
and you
do
can
it, but
empower
it's still
yourself to
not
overcome
working. And
that
that's
fear,
when we
just
can
do
go
it,
back and look,
you
where
know?
does this fear come from?
Mhm.
Why am I not able to get past this? Then we change the past, not the past, but we change the beliefs
Mhm.
we formed from that past situation. And
Mhm.
that's then when someone is actually finally able to move past it. But
Mhm.
sometimes we just have to realize fear will always be there, and we can have this fear and do it anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
I enjoy
So true.
talking with you,
This has just been
really.
great, Maria. Hey, I love it. Yes, this is really fun. Now, so tell everybody, what are some books or maybe podcasts or something that people can, begin this
Yeah, so
kind of journey to
first of
kind
all,
of,
they can read on my website
overcoming
about
some of
it.
these
That's
limiting beliefs that you might recommend?
maria-jansen.com. But I learned and was trained by Marissa Peer. Some may know her already, or she's a famous speaker, author, and therapist who created this method I use partly. I mean, I use other tools too, but this hypnotherapy method, rapid transformational therapy. And she's on YouTube, Marissa Peer. She's on YouTube. She is on Mind Valley. She's everywhere. And she has written a book that's called The Ultimate Confidence. And that's really, really helpful. And that's a good way to start, to look at her videos and listen to it. And you can also read a little bit more on my website, as I just said. So you can start this self-discovery journey and find out what your limiting beliefs might be, and then take action to change that.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Well, I just want to thank you so much for joining me today and really excited. And I hope that my guests enjoyed this as well. You know, this is the opportunity. You know, we have
Exactly.
like a whole level playing ground right now. You know, all of us are in
Exactly.
this situation together. And how we come
That's
out
what
of
all
it
this is
depends
about.
on what we
Exactly.
do about it. You know,
Exactly.
it's us
Yeah, thank you so
controlling
much for
ourselves. You know
having
what
me,
I mean?
Lachelle. I really enjoyed this, and I thank everybody for listening
Mhm.
and going on this journey with
Yep.
an open mind today with me. I appreciate that. Okay, thank you so much. Have a
Yes.
good rest of your day.
Absolutely. And I look forward to us
Thanks. Bye-bye.
connecting again soon, okay? I want to thank you all for listening today. What a great interview we were able to have when we had a discussion on collaborating with the conscious and subconscious mind. I thought that was very interesting. So I hope you guys got a lot out of that and wrote a lot of notes. If you're interested in being a guest on the podcast, please email me at info@lachelleatkins.com. You can also reach out to me through Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, or my YouTube channel. I would love to have you on so you could share your insight with others. If there was something in this actual episode that resonated with you and you would like to share with others, please do so. It is during the times of sharing such topics such as these that we are able to help others gain a new perspective which could help them live a better life and be a better version of themselves. Again, I just want to thank you guys for your time and attention, and I will talk to you again on the next broadcast. Thanks for listening. Bye.